One. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Alfred Lambremont Weber, and today we're with CEO Patty Greer of C60Evo, ESS 60, and we're with Bucky Fuller of C60Evo Fullerines, the carbon 60. That is what is in the Fullerines. When you apply stuff like this to your hair, this is what happens. I mean, really, I'm not kidding you. And so, Patty, we were chatting right before the show. And so Patty said, well, Alfred, what has it done for you? And for me, it's a miracle food. I mean, I've got 13 books on Amazon. Seriously, I've got 5 courses on Thinkific. I mean, really. And look at this. This is my post-C hair. You know what C is like? That's kind of a strange thing we had to go through over the last couple of years. But
thing.
And everybody said how happy they are that I look like I'm youthing,
You are.
and and I'm so happy. I'm really happy. I'm happy all of the time.
Oh.
Can you realize that? I'm
Amazing.
just happy all the time, and I'm just having a great time. I mean, I get up in the morning, I take a teaspoon, and that's it. It's like, and I plow through all of these complex tasks that are supposed to be like, it's really hard doing business these days. Boom. Well,
Boom.
And anyway, so I'm doing business in many, many different countries. I got lots of stuff going. I got 13 books going. I got lots of stuff going.
So how old are you? And how many books did you write last year?
Well, I'm 81 years young. It's not old
You're right.
anymore. It's just a matter, and that comes, there was a Paris study in which mammals, it extended their lifetime by
90.
90%. And that was mammals, and we're mammals. And uh, uh, our scientist, Chris, could not join us today, but he has done studies whereby his biological age was shrunk back to 21. And I went to my physician here in Canada. I'm in Canada, and we have family physicians that are given to us under the Canadian health system. And that my family physician told me that I have the hemoglobin, which is the blood system of a man of the age of 25. So, I mean, I'm not, look at that. I mean, I'm just reporting. So, and why anybody would not want to do this, whereby if you use my code, which is EVALW, E is in Edward, V is in Victor, and then A is in Apple, L as in Larry, and W as in Weber. And with that, and with a subscription, you get 30% off. And that brings it down to, I think, about $70 a month. And $70 a month brings it down to $2.50 a day. And why you wouldn't want to spend $2.50 on taking something for a day that's going to give you the benefits of, number one, youthing, number two, like last year, well, between the last couple of years, I mean, I finished off so many books, I can't tell you.
Amazing.
I've got 13 books going, and I go to Amazon, I said, oh, you have 30 titles. Well, that's because I've got all these translations going, I mean, like I've done 3 books on the Omniverse, and they just brought out the Chinese translation on the Omniverse, and we just opened up our um our e-learning platform in Shanghai, China. Do you know that there are 1.1 billion internet users in China right now? And that all of them have to learn about the Omniverse, you know? So, I mean, hey, look, this is like, this is like life after death, the soul. I mean, all that stuff that they missed out because they had to go study, somebody's stuff, and then now they can study about the omniverse. I mean, like who wouldn't like go to our page, let me just put this on share screen, okay? I just want to go, where's our page? Oh, I gotta bring it up. Where's our page now? Oh, let me
We need to
see.
get Bucky some teeth in that photo if we have to paint him on.
Here we go. So where's our page? Oh boy, how do you know which our page is? I can't. I'm gonna have to do the share screen again because I don't think that this one was up there.
Well, can I talk about anti-aging and evidence thereof? Because
Oh
that's
yeah,
been my
yeah.
focus today.
What?
When
You
I
talk
do
about
shows
that?
with people, I look at them, and when I go to buy supplements or anything healing, I look at the people selling it and I say, am I convinced? Do they look healthy? Are they anti-aging? And here I am, I'm 4 years in with Chris, and he looks like a kid. He wears this funny little mohawk, but his skin is meticulous. It's like all he does is look younger. And we've been together 4 years, and people don't believe he's 54. I'm 70, and all of a sudden my skin is a whole lot better, more even, but I've amazed my doctors with what I've lived through, and they say, how are you doing this? And I literally bring them a bottle and the paperwork, and I say, it's hard to explain. This is a breakthrough product like CBD was for pain 15 years ago. This is the immunity boost, longevity remedy, and it's made in our lab for 32 years, my partner's lab. I don't own it. I've only been with them for 4 years, but I couldn't pick anybody better because they're the ones making the good stuff. And they've also sold the industrial grade ESS 60. Actually, C60 is the industrial grade, and that's for batteries, tires, solar cells. And they didn't evolve to make it for humans and pets until after we had supplied product to the 2012 Paris Bhakti study on toxicity of C60, the carbon 60 fullerene molecule. And they not only found that it wasn't toxic, but that the lab study rats lived 90% longer. And more important to me is they died without tumors. Now, we don't want to make any claims, but I believe it was the first time that they've had any kind of result this long, and it's the longest longevity lab study in history. 90% is by far the longest longevity study of any lab animals. And I'm surprised it hasn't gotten out, that we are getting these kind of effects, but you've also got to be very mindful where you buy your carbon 60 or your ESS 60, which is for humans and pets. Big difference, industrial grade. So I looked online today at different companies that sell similar products to ours. They might be called competing, but nobody's doing the ESS 60, which is just a cleaner carbon fullerene. And we've experimented in the lab for decades to come up with this formula, but now the results, look at you at 81, look at me. I mean, I've survived stuff that I know I've amazed my doctors, but a lot of people just live through the 4 years of the flu thing and the thing in the arm, or 6, and they're looking for solutions. So not only is this like a major remedy for people, but we also sell it for cats and dogs, and you can give it to any other animals.
No,
The testimonials are incredible for pets, and people, their hearts are with their pets like they are with kids. Excuse me. We have testimonials like my dog is 14. He was lethargic in the corner for the last year or two, and I had to carry him outside to go to the bathroom, and now he's bounding up the stairs. We just did a show with Red Pill 78, Zach, and he said, "Oh, my dog is the same thing. I can't believe the difference, but my 19-year-old cat, she was really, barely even thinking about coming up on the bed, and now she's up on the bed." So everybody that we seem to share it with, and people around the world are buying it, are getting amazing results like you and I. So I look at these other company people and I'm thinking, they don't look younger. And why are they using photos 10 years ago of their people, and then you see them now and it's like, blah. I mean, this morning, for some reason, I was looking for our shows, but I bumped into seeing others and I was like, wow, great photo of that person. And then I see them live on the air and I'm like, blah, and bear with me. But that's not anti-aging. That's not improving like you have. You're my poster child at 81, and putting out the books that you have and the emails that you do and being a judge of the International Tribunal. You're a nonstop. You are an
it's
inspiration.
like, I started this blog. I mean, where I put all our shows is on a blog that is called C60Evo Fullerines, because I want to give credit to this guy who's right behind me. Because when my buddy, US chrononaut Andy Bashago, US chrononaut and Mars explorer Andy Bashago, went to visit him while he was still alive, he said, "Did you talk to Alfred Webre about the World Good News Network?" And you and I are talking now on the World Good News Network, Patty.
Yep.
And so this is like a really, it's a small world. I mean, so we're talking about something that was named after him and his work. And look, he's holding what it is that we are ingesting, and it's a new invention. It's like it's an invention for planet Earth, right? So something new comes down the block, right?
Except it's been around for millions of years, like they find it at the foot of volcanoes, I've heard.
Yeah,
And if you put a metal plate over a burning candle, you turn it over and there's the black soot. It has
yeah,
like a teeny, teeny bit of C60, C70 in different fullerines.
yeah,
But that was initial. I mean, it's been around for longer than we've been making it. But my lab, what was created by Chris and Robert when they were in college. My partners are
right.
Chris Ferris and Robert Wong. They were just young guys in college, and the professor said, "You're amazing at this. You're amazing at that. You guys ought to put your brains together and do this, because it's actually worth more than gold per ounce." And of course, they looked at each other as college boys and went, "Heck yeah." So initially, it was about, creating something that would be abundant for the rest of their
I
life.
got a great idea. You know what it is? We should find a presidential candidate that will support making, you see, it's not only legal, and we've got now we can't say that the FDA is doing this, but a presidential candidate, like they used to say, a chicken in every pot, that would really promote this for the people's health. Do you see what I'm saying?
It would be amazing. And I have been sending bottles to a presidential candidate through a friend.
Yeah,
Bobby Kennedy Jr. has been receiving, I can't guarantee that he's been taking it.
taking
Why
it.
is his voice so clear all of a sudden? I mean, I've been like calling my friend, texting, can you find out if Bobby's been taking it? I sent him the sampler set, which is
Yeah,
all 3 flavors. And it's a really lovely presentation because one is avocado oil in the middle, olive oil, and MCT coconut oil, great in your coffee. And most people will find one of them extremely exceptional, if
yeah.
not all. But I had to have the
Yeah.
bottles blessed at a Catholic church before
Wow.
Bobby's family would receive them.
Well,
So that was
we should get either presidential candidates to say, if I'm elected, this is going to be like made a big deal out of the White House. You know, I mean, so
yeah, it's
that
hard to say.
I mean,
It should be put in the
if
water
this
maybe
is
instead of
really
fluoride.
bringing the benefits to human beings, like if this is the next step in human evolution, which, I mean, you've got the Paris study, that's science there. Uh, maybe it's the next step in human evolution. I don't know.
I like it. You had me kind of imagining, now we're kind of tripping with our stories, but I was imagining getting the whole country world to be putting just a little bit of ESS 60 fine powder in all the water systems instead of chlorine and fluoride.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing? And
But
people,
see but that has to be done at a public level,
yes, yes,
So isn't that done by the rulers of the country, right?
yeah. What's
It's
a ruler?
recognized, and then they say, this is how it happens, right?
Oh,
Isn't
that
that,
would have to be, that would be a great evolution. I'm also imagining instead of aluminum, barium, strontium coming out of the butts of airplanes,
yeah.
imagine if they had a soft mist of ESS 60 coconut oil. Psst, psst. Okay, now we're getting a little nutty, but we're talking about the
No,
evolution of
listen,
humanity.
I'm a futurist. I was a futurist at Stanford Research Institute. This is what you do. You look at how do you get present trends and then you project them out into the future. So this is what we used to do in our time. Now let me go. I think that let me go share screen and go here so that people can see what we're talking about practically. Can you see that? Does
Oh
that
yeah,
come through at
lovely.
all?
Got it.
Okay. Now, um, so we are now at the level that we are distributing these through the commercial system, right?
Oh yeah.
They're not being distributed through an advanced society that is now, based on the new thing. What we're doing, this is 2023, 2024 it's through the commercial system, right? So walk us through this, Patty. How
Well, I
should
want to tell you something exciting that I've been working on today, aside from doing shows with you guys, is we just joined the Public Square website, which is a patriot marketplace that's going to be competing with Amazon. And instead of selling a lot of products from the people that don't like us in different countries, China, they're going to be only selling American Patriot products, products made by small companies in America.
Oh,
We
nice.
are yeah, so we joined that. It's a wonderful website, publicsquare.com. It's kind of like there's another one, Patriot something, but what's happening now is we are evolving. We are leaving the old systems of, the deep state that just don't serve humanity. I did buy a lot of different products over the last 2 years on Faceplant, Facebook, and almost everything was terrible. Like I donated or trashed or called PayPal and said, I don't want this. This is ridiculous. They'll show you an image and then they send you some crap from Asia. So I learned my lesson the hard way, but here we are. an American company right here in Houston, Texas, and we've been at it for decades. So what we have on top is 3 flavors of oils, and you can get the sampler set, one of each flavor, in 2-ounce, 4-ounce, 8-ounce, 16-ounce bottles. And then you get, all the flavors, and they serve you in different wonderful ways. Like the coconut, I said, I start my day every day with coconut oil, MCT, C60Evo, MCT coconut oil in my coffee. Roseanne Barr and Ann Vandersteel rave about the coconut oil. I'm sorry, avocado oil on toast with sliced avocados and sea salt, and that's called avocado toast. And then the olive oil, extra virgin, fine, really, really strong, peppery flavor. This is absolutely fabulous. It is our top seller because it's the strongest C60 or ESS60 product you will find on the market today at 0.8 to 0.86 milligrams per milliliters. Our lab does test every batch that goes out for solubility and to make sure that we're at 0.8 milligrams when our label says it. So, excuse me. The bottles also come in 16-ounce and 32-ounce size. They get really big if you've got lots of people or you want to have a good stash. We also have the capsules for people that travel, and you can take these on an airplane in a baggie, but you can't take a 4-ounce bottle of oil. So many options. And if you want to roll down the page, you can see offers. There's a web special that if you buy 2, you get the 3rd one for half price and all that. So there's olive oil, and then we have some of our skin facial products, and they are really incredible. The one in the middle is called Advanced Facial Serum, comes in a beautiful box that slides out, makes a wonderful holiday gift for you or somebody you care about. On the left, there's the Facial Duo, which adds a peptide to the ESS60 formula. And we do 2 bottles because we didn't want to do chemicals or emulsifiers to put it into one bottle. So we give it to you separately and you activate it fresh in your palm. Really, really lovely. I don't know which facial one I love better, so I do them both. And then we start with the gift sets. You can do the inside and out set to the right, where you've got your bottle of oil that you take on a spoon, preferably before noon, because it gives you energy all day long. And then you sleep better at night. So you do the inside oil and the outside facial serum, and it's a really effective combination. And lower down, we even have lip balms, inside out and lips collections. So you just got to go to the store and see all that. Now, what's important is not us selling it, but testimonials of what customers say. And I have had so many invitations to buy 5-star testimonials on Amazon. What a crock. We would never do such a thing. These are real testimonials from real customers, and they come in constantly because people feel the difference. And initially, very few people, but 1 out of 100 will say, oh, it's so expensive. And you don't realize that it really isn't for what you're getting. And a lot of people have spent a fortune, women, some men have spent a fortune on facial products that have tons of chemicals. And when they find that ours work as well or better, they just stop buying all those. And this then becomes a real bargain. I've got a box of all my supplements. There's 12 I'm supposed to do every day, this, that, this, that. And I'm so lazy about it because I take the Evo and then I take another shot at noon, always in my coffee, coconut. About noon, I'll do the olive oil. I've got a show or two or something important where I need my brain, and I get really fired back up. So you'll want to go to look at the whole store to see all the different product choices, but the discounts that we offer are impressive. If you sign up for a monthly subscription, you'll save 20% every month. And you can cancel at any time if you want, but most people don't. So easiest holiday shopping ever. Go back up to the top if you would, is this fun couple, because they've got something for everyone other than kids. And if you buy a dozen quantity at a time, so you can get a little bottle to everyone, you save 25%. And no matter what you spend, if you do EVALW, which is Evo, Alfred Lambremont Weber initials, EVALW, you'll get another 10% off at checkout. So now we can roll through the products. There's the two-part duos, which is the facial and the hair that you said is the reason your hair is headed down to your waist. Quite amazing. And then we have the olive oil capsules. So if you buy one, it's a certain price. If you get the monthly, it's 20% less. And if you buy a case of 12, it's 25% off plus Alfred's code. Get you another 10% off. These are just showing you the different sizes. We can kind of blow through this. 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce, 16 ounce, 32 ounce. And all I can say is business is good. People are loving the products. Our subscriptions are half of the income that we do because people don't quit. Facial serum, you can buy just the one bottle, or you can buy the inside and out 4 ounce, or the inside and out 8 ounce. And then we have the lips. So when you buy a collection set, which is, more than 2 items, you're going to save 15% off each item. If you do that monthly, sign up that way, you'll save another 20%. And not to be redundant, but Alfred's code, EVALW, no matter what discounts you've already gotten, you'll get another 10% off. So this here is the pet collections. And to the right, you've got the dog and cat formulas. The dog lover set is one for you, one for your dog. And the cat lover set, one for you, one for your dog. And the testimonials, you just have to read them on the website. It is impressive. And then the sampler sets to the left, those are one of my favorite things because then you get to taste all 3 flavors. You can do it in little 2 ounce bottles, like it'll last each one a week, 10 days. 4 ounces preferable so that they last longer, but you can also do an 8 ounce sampler set. You'll save 15%. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold all week, but this is as bad as it gets. I gotta say I'm impressed. So the cat formula right there on the bottom right is flavored with a salmon essence that cats love. And the dog formula has a little bacon essence, but what they love is they feel better. And we're hearing a lot of people say, my dog just looks at me until I put the drops on. Like no matter if the food's sitting there and they used to go gobble it, now he waits for me to put the drops on. So at the bottom, you can sign up for our newsletter, sign up for subscription, and our newsletters go out at least once a week. They share the shows and interviews that we do and whatever new products we might have coming. Ooh, probably a month or two, we're going to have a new product that I'm super excited about. So that's our story.
Yeah. And so we're doing the pioneering work on planet Earth, beginning this out, and let's see if you gotta doing the pioneering work and getting it to the people, and the people are listening and moving it on, and let's see if if in 2020 it touches
2024,
2024 rather.
right?
Um, I mean, it just is amazing. It just is amazing. I know that for me, it makes my work possible because I'm in so many different areas that demand an instant mental discipline. I mean, in this area, the other area, the other area. I mean, everything from international law to, I mean, I've got 5 different courses going and doing classes in each, and then in international stuff. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And So, well, so I just say to people, look, I mean, isn't it worth like $2.50 a day? I mean, really, seriously, if you come in and you use my code and you get on a subscription, EVALW, and then you get on a subscription, it's $2.50 a day, whereby you can get on this thing, scientifically proven, and on an acceleration and an opening up at the DNA level, at the DNA level of your body. I mean, giving your avatar, and then your soul is in your avatar, is given the maximal chance while it's incarnating here on the planet. I don't know how to say it more clearly than that.
We are getting out across the planet thanks to shows like yours, audiences as vast as you have. In the last week, we've sold to Switzerland, Iceland, Mexico, Singapore, England and Canada and Australia and regular, but new countries, Norway, but Iceland, I'm like, how did they find us? It's the shows we do and that people talk about it. It's one thing when you try something and you're like, yeah, thanks, and goes by the wayside, but this stuff's sticking around and it's because it works. So I thank you so much. And I want you to keep anti-aging. For me, my claim to fame is I'm still alive. I've been through the ringer with stupid people doing very low frequency things. But if we keep our heart and our mind and our frequency in a high place and take this product daily, we're going to get to the other side. And that's my goal. I want to get to the other side and see this amazing world where rainbows are beautiful things in the sky again, not something to fight about painted on a street. I'm over it.
That's right. Oh my God. Whew.
I'm ready for the new world of grace and the return to integrity and life and love instead of all this division and foolishness. And for me, I take this product and it really keeps my mind clear. But I watch so many congressional hearings. Oh my gosh. I'm watching what this country is going through and I'm thinking, how can we still be doing this? Why aren't these people not only out of office, but worse? I can't fathom. And they just sit there smug, smug, smug in Congress. And I'm thinking, let's give them some frickin' Evo.
Yeah,
Let's just, like fill their cups. And I would pay for it. I would pay for it to give everybody in Congress a little. I'll give them a 2-ounce bottle. That's all they're worth, not 4. You know, 4 is $95. Minus your discounts, only $2.50 a day. But, I'd love to see them wake up and treat the world like we treat the world. That'll be the new frequency that we are all striving for, who have our hearts and souls still connected. So that's my wish for holiday and New Year blessings. And I want to mention that every box that goes out from Evo, if it's got more than 2 items, they're all gift wrapped. Like everything's in a really pretty tissue color. And it's a beautiful presentation when you open it. So effortless gifting. If you buy it for a bunch of people and you give us their address to ship it to, you just tell them, I sent you something from C60Evo. And when they open it, you don't have to do any work. It's real impressive. You've gotten boxes from us with the colored tissue, right?
exactly. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I don't have any wrapped here because I've been yanking out the products, but our product line used to fit, I could carry them in one hand. Now I've got them barely stuffed in this, and they barely fit in because we have such a vast product line. And at first, the guys at the lab were like, facial serum, come on. Now they're making lip balm because everything works. And during the shows, Chris is always putting on the moisturizer, he's modeling, the 2 pumps here and 2 squirts there and activate it. I was going to say the kid, he looks like a kid, but he's in his 50s. So look at the people selling you products and see if that's the frequency you want to be in. Like I said this morning, I was watching other competing companies and just kind of laughing like, you haven't aged well. I thought this was, what you're supposed to do. You've aged real badly. And I don't mean to be critical, but I'm watching and thinking, I want to see people with the effects of the products they're selling. Those aren't products I'd buy. These
Right,
are.
right.
And Chris
So,
looks incredible.
yeah, so people watching this, down in the message under this video will be all the links. You just go there, they'll take you right to there.
Well, we wish you radiant health, happy holidays, and amazing resolutions for 2024.
Amen.
A lot of gratitude. All
And
right. Cheers.
thank you.